The House will come to order. The following bills and resolutions on first reading and referral to committee. The clerk will read the bills and resolutions.
HB 3301 by Reynolds relating to establishing the permanent public school fund to reduce the school district maintenance and operation of ad valorem taxes and to provide funding for the public school kindergarten programs or for the Committee on Appropriations. HB 3302 by Hafner relating to designating a portion of the Farm to Market Road 852 in the Upshur County of the Petty Officer Millie Bridge. Refer the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3303 by Button relating to the exemption from sales and uses of exotic animals or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3304 by Lowe relating to the prohibition on vaccine mandates or for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3305 by Richardson relating to the continuation of healthcare provider participation programs in certain counties or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3306 by Dean relating to the applicability of certain laws affecting indemnification agreements and certain contracts or agreements pertaining to electric utility infrastructure for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3307 by Noble relating to the continuation education required in order for a person to renew the person's agreement with the Comptroller of Public Accounts to serve as arbitrator in an appeal of a binding arbitration of appraisal review board determining a processor for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3308 by Guerin relating to the charitable raffles conducted by professional sports teams, charitable foundations, of rodeo organizations sanctioned by certain professional associations hosting a professional rodeo event at rodeo venues or for the Committee on Licensing Administrative Procedures. HB 3309 by Canales relating to the use of automatic rifle traffic control systems by local authorities and law enforcement agencies or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3310 by McLaughlin relating to the authority of certain counties to adopt noise regulations creating criminal offense or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3311 by Swanson relating to the priority payment of claims against a decent estate or for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3312 by Swanson relating to the preservation and release of video surveillance recording of special education settings or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3313 by Holt relating to the font and type size requirements of political advertising disclosure for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3314 by Harris relating to certain energy efficient performance standards by residential construction for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3315 by Harris relating to the permissible uses of the Texas Water Fund for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3316 by Harris relating to the redesignation of the State Water Implementation Fund for the Texas Advisory Committee of the Texas Water Fund Advisory Committee to abolish the Texas Infrastructure Resilience Fund and the Advisory Committee and the composition of the functions of the Texas Water Advisory Fund Committee or for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3317 by Hafner relating to the relationships between pharmacists and pharmacies of the Health Benefit Plan issuers of the Pharmacy Benefit Managers for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3318 by King relating to the access of individualized investigation treatments for patients with life-threatening or severely debilitating illnesses for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3319 by Morales Shaw relating to the establishment of the Constable's Department of Civil Service Systems in certain counties or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3320 by Oliverson relating to the property and casualty self-insurance pool of certain religious institutions authorizing fees or for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3321 by Oliverson relating to certain healthcare entity or systems, transaction fees and payment claims providing administrative and civil penalties for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3322 by Harris relating to the procedure of amending and revoking certifications of public convenience and necessity issued of certain water utilities or for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3323 by Swanson relating to the responsibilities of tabulation supervisors of central counting stations providing civil penalty or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3324 by Hafner relating to designation of the Farm to Market Road 3535 in Camp County Vietnam Veterans Memorial Highway for the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3325 by Allen relating to the public school transition of the alternative education program to a regular educational environment, including the parental rights related to that transition and administration of the certain student with a criminal or disciplinary history for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3326 by Allen relating to the certain duties of the public institution of higher education in relation to the Federal Public Service Student Loan Forgiveness Program for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3327 by Hefner relating to the repealing of the affirmative defense, the prosecution of the criminal offense of sale, distribution, and display of harmful material to a minor for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3328 by Allen relating to the approval of purchases of the supplemental special education services and instruction materials programs by Public School Admission Review and Dismissal Committee or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3329 by Patterson relating to the fee waivers of certain hunting and fishing licensing for honorably discharged veterans 65 years of age or older for the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3330 by Cook relating to the discovery of criminal case or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3331 by Perez of Harris relating to the operation of vehicles transporting steel authorizing fee or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3332 by Morales of Maverick relating to the creation of the Maverick County Regional Mobility Authority or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3333 by Morales of Maverick relating to the restrictions and permits authorizing direct discharges of waste of pollutants into the water of certain steam assessment units and drainage areas or for the Committee on Environmental Regulations. HB 3334 by King relating to the wildfire prevention, mitigation, and response of certain wells under the jurisdiction of the Railroad Commission of Texas authorizing administrative penalty or for the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3335 by Cole relating to the authority of the county to dispose of surplus and salvage property of the civic or charitable organization or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3336 by Buckley relating to the alcoholic beverage tax of certain liquor or malt beverage byproduct donated for agricultural use in state or for the Committee on on Ways and Means. HB 3337 by Ward Johnson relating to the semi-annual inspections for elevators and escalators and related equipment, refer the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3338 by Ward Johnson relating to permitting the concrete plants located in an area of municipality not subject to zoning regulations, refer the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3339 by Ward Johnson relates to the study of maternal mortality and morbidity along Black women in the state, refer the Subcommittee on Disease Prevention and Women and Children's Health. HB 3340 by Ward Johnson relating to the authority of the municipal to establish a rent control for persons of 65 years of age or older, refer the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3341 by Ward Johnson relating to providing parents of a copy of certain procedures, including in public school multi-hazard emergency operations plans, refer the Committee on Public Education. HB 3342 by Ward Johnson relating to the adjustment of the average daily attendance of the school district due to unsafe conditions, refer the Committee on Public Education. HB 3343 by Ward Johnson relating to the duties of the peace officers investigating a family violence allegation or responding to a disturbance of the call that may involve family violence, for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3344 by Curry relating to the regulation of roofing contractors, providing an administrative penalty, authorizing a fee, creating criminal offense, for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. And HB 3345 by Lopez Abear relating to authorizing an increase in optional county fee registration in certain counties, or for the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding. HB 3346 by Reynolds relating to distributed energy resources, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3347 by Noble relating to the person not eligible for employment in public schools and to measure and ensure public schools do not employ those persons, refer the Committee on Public Education. HB 3348 by Patterson relating to the creation and operation of healthcare provider participation programs in certain counties, or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3349 by Tupper relating to the Events Trust Fund and abolishing the Pan American Games Trust Fund, the Olympic Games Trust Fund, and the Motorsports Racing Trust Fund, refer the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3350 by Curtis relating to the vaccines of the Board of Directors of the Lost Pines Groundwater Conservation District, refer the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3351 by King relating to the measures of ensuring public school safety, including the commissions of peace officers by the Texas Education Agency, public school safety, and the safety requirements of the provisions of the safety-related resources, refer the Committee on Public Education. HB 3352 by King relating to the inclusion of the information, the construction, and maintenance zones in curriculum of driver education and driving safety courses, refer the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3353 by Dayala relating to the limitation of liability of certain highway, road, and street contractors for the presumption and sole casualtation of legally impaired drivers in certain civil actions, or for the Committee of Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3354 by Vandier relating to the redesignation of the portion State Highway 11 in Morris County of the Army Staff Sergeant Samuel Cass Memorial Highway, for the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3355 by Howard relating to the approval, selection, and alternative electronic visit verification system under Medicaid, for the Committee on Human Services. HB 3356 by Patterson relating to the applicability of certain generational reliability requirements, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3357 by Oliverson relating to the cremation authorization procedures in certain counties with medical examiners, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3358 by Garcia Hernandez relating to the definition of emergency service provided by purposes of critical incident, stress management, and crisis response services, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3359 by Garcia of Bear relating to identifying an individual veteran status, providing notice of the Texas Veterans Commission, or for the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3360 by Cook relating to the protection and detention of the juvenile who engages in delinquent conduct or commits a felony offense while committed to the custody of Texas Juvenile Justice Department, changing the eligibility for community supervision, or for the Subcommittee on Juvenile Justice. HB 3361 by Olcott relating to the elimination of electronic poll in the countywide polling place program, or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3362 by Little relating to the grand jury proceedings, providing punishment for contempt of court, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3363 by Canals relating to the creation of certain regional conservation and reclamation districts, or for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3364 by Lopez de Cameron relating to the establishment of the veterinary clinic-patient relationship, or for the Committee of Agriculture and Livestock. HB 3365 by Perez of Harris relating to the sale and delivery of license plates, or for the Committee on Transportations. HB 3366 by Oliverson relating to the mediation and arbitration between healthcare benefit plan issuers of administration of out-of-network healthcare providers, or for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3367 by Morgan relating to the eligibility to vote in an election, for the Committee on Elections. HB 3368 by Curtis relating to the repeal of the wheelbase and horsepower restrictions on the state passenger vehicle fleet, or for the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3369 by Louderback relating to the removal of the spectator of certain extra school curricular athletic activities or competitions, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3370 by Ashby relating to the late application to the appraisal of land for the ad valorem tax purposes of the qualified timberland following the death of the owner of the land, or for the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisals. HB 3371 by Metcalf relating to the recovery of certain state border security expenditures from the federal government, or for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3372 by Metcalf relating to prohibiting certain personal services performed by school district administrators providing civil penalty, refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3373 by Metcalf, relating to the provision of school districts of certain records and financial information, refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3374 by Patterson, relating to the electricity pricing and operating procedures that eliminate or compensate for market distortion caused by certain federal tax credits, refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3375 by Metcalf, relating to the filing of a campaign treasurer appointment and the application of a place on a ballot by the candidate for the Board of Directors of an appraisal district, refer to the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisals. HB 3376 by Capriglione, relating to training on dementia and Alzheimer's disease for certain guardians, refer to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3377 by Morgan, relating to the authority of certain cities to use certain tax revenue for hotel and convention center projects and other qualified projects, refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3378 by Rosenthal, relating to the uniform election days for certain emergency service districts, for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3379 by Rosenthal, relating to the uniform election of municipal utility districts, refer to the Committee on Land and Resource Management. HB 3380 by Rosenthal, relating to the basic allotment and guaranteed yield under the Public School Foundation Program, including the adjustment of those amounts to reflect reflection, for the Committee on Education. HB 3381 by Rosenthal, relating to prohibiting a person from simultaneously serving as a presiding board of a property owners association, the president of the board of the municipal utility district, for the Committee on Trade and Workforce Economic Development. HB 3382 by Compost, relating to the duties of the court-appointed guardianship ad valorem and attorneys ad valorem and amicus attorneys in certain suits affecting the parent-child relationship, for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3383 by Canales, relating to the authority of the local government to enter into interlocal contracts with certain government entities to participate in the water research or planning activities, or for the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3384 by Allen, relating to the applicability of the class size limits and certain parental notification requirements to school districts of innovation, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3385 by King, relating to the promotion and sale of wine produced in the state, creating a farm winery permit, authorizing a fee, for the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3386 by Gomez, relating to the political advertising distributed or broadcast as a part of mass text messaging campaign, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3387 by Raymond, relating to the safety standards of certain rail employees requiring an occupational permit, for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3388 by Paul, relating to the group property and casualty insurance policies, refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3389 by Paul, relating to the approval of the CRD bond of the contract authorizing an oversight and overweight vehicle to the cross of a road or a highway, for the Committee on Transportation.
HB 3390 by Landgraf, relating to the exemption from ad valorem taxation of the amount of the appraised value of real property that arises from the installation or construction on the property that of a generator that is primarily for the production and distribution of energy for on-site use, refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3391 by Allen, relating to the operation of motor-assisted scooters, refer to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3392 by Swanson, relating to prohibited health care discrimination based on vaccination status, providing a civil penalty, refer to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3393 by Vasut, relating to statutory construction, refer to the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3394 by Alders, relating to the appointment of deputy constables, refer to the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3395 by Van Dever, relating to authorizing a beneficiary designation that transfers a manufactured home classified as a personal property at the owner's death, refer to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3396 by Frank, relating to the authority of certain medical consenters to assume financial responsibility for certain out-of-network medical care provided for children in foster care, refer to the Committee on Human Services. HB 3397 by Frank, relating to the administration of medication by open enrollment charter schools, private schools, and school employees, refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3398 by Lozano, relating to requirements for issuance of export documentation by customs broker for purpose of sales and use taxes, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3399 by Money, relating to the provision and procedures and treatments for gender transitioning, gender reassignment, or gender dysphoria, and for the use of public money or public assistance to provide those procedures or treatments, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3400 by Schatzline, relating to the definition of a designated law enforcement officer or agency for purposes of certain laws governing the installation and use of trafficking equipment for access to certain communications, refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3401 by Money, relating to the repealing and supportability as a ground for divorce, for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3402 by King, relating to the risk mitigation planning and associated liability for providers of electric service, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3403 by Harris, relating to the right of the chief appraiser of an appraisal district, the appraisal district, or the appraisal review board of the appraisal district to be certain claims in an appeal of an order for the appraisal review board, for the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisers. HB 3404 by Hefner, relating to certain municipal and county regulation of certain multifamily and mixed-use residential development projects and conversion of certain commercial buildings to mixed-use and multifamily residential occupancy, refer to the Committee on Land and Resource Management. HB 3405 by Hayes, relating to the contents of a trust accounting, refer to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3406 by Rodriguez Ramos, relating to the medical accuracy and informational materials given to a woman seeking an abortion, refer to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3407 by Lozano, relating to the installation and operation of a meter socket socket adapters for residential electric service customers, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3408 by Rodriguez Ramos, relating to the posting of annual financial statements and governing body information on an open enrollment charter school's internet website, referred to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3409 by Ashby, relating to the duties of the District Attorney for the 1st Judicial District and the creation of office of the District Attorney for the 273rd Judicial District, referred to the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3410 by Rodriguez Ramos, relating to the regulation of an abortion and related matters and to the repeal of certain laws prohibiting abortion, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3411 by Schatzline, relating to prohibiting a public school teacher from supporting a student's gender transition, referred to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3412 by Gomez, relating to the notice and the assistance in a filing of an application for residence homestead exemption from ad valorem taxation provided to a home buyer by a title insurance company or a title insurance agent in connection with the closing and settlement of certain transactions pertaining to the residential property, authorizing a fee, providing for the imposition of administrative penalty, for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3413 by Spiller, relating to the designation of portion of U.S. Highway 183 in Eastland County as the Deputy Sheriff David Bosecker Memorial Highway, referred to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3414 by Oliverson, relating to preferred provider benefit plan of out-of-pocket expense credits for payments made by an insured directly to physician providing direct primary care, referred to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3415 by Bojani, relating to the regulation of certain health professionals providing administrative penalty, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3416 by Villalobos, relating to prohibiting a fee for the issuance of an official transcript by a public institution of higher education, referred to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3417 by Lowe, relating to the confidentiality and administrative subpoenas for offenses that involve the internet-based sexual exploitation of a minor, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3418 by Morales and Maverick, relating to the prohibitions on certain employment of sex offenders, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3419 by Garcia of Dallas, relating to the establishment of the Texas Do Not Sell Registry for Firearms, referred to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3420 by Campos, relating to certain mental health policies for services for peace officers, firefighters, and telecommunicators, referred to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3421 by Hayes, relating to the decedent's estates and matters involving probate courts, referred to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3422 by Gerdes, relating to the removal of battery energy storage facilities, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3423 by Tinderholt, relating to the study regarding the feasibility of integrating into the electric grid facilities that use nuclear energy to generate electricity, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3424 by Capriglione, relating to the ad valorem taxation of certain dealers' heavy equipment inventory, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3425 by Capriglione, relating to the prosecution of certain criminal offenses involving the unlawful disclosure of a resident's address or telephone number, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3426 by Capriglione, relating to the issuance of digital driver's license, commercial driver's license, and personal identification certificates, authorizing a fee, referred to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3427 by Tinderholt, relating to the authority of a political subdivision to implement certain diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3428 by Tinderholt, relating to the required notice regarding the possession of firearm on the premises of certain business, providing administrative penalty, for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3429 by Tinderholt, relating to the duty of public water system supply to provide certain information to consumers regarding fluoride in drinking water, for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3430 by Tinderholt, relating to required provision in certain governmental entity contracts regarding the carrying of handguns by license holders, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3431 by Tinderholt, relating to the prohibitions on the provision of certain children of gender transitioning or reassignment procedures to treatments in gender-affirming therapy and counseling, creating a criminal offenses, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3432 by Tinderholt, relating to requiring a voter to be affiliated with a political party to vote in that party's primary election, creating a criminal offense, referred to the Committee on Elections. HB 3433 by Gerdes, relating to fees assessed by the Lones Pines Groundwater Conservation District, for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3434 by Tinderholt, relating to prohibiting public institutions of higher education from setting aside a portion of designated tuition to student financial assistance, for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3435 by Lopez and Cameron, relating to the process of which a hospital makes certain determinations regarding medical staff privileges, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3436 by Martinez Fisher, relating to the definition of a child for purposes of the offense of making a firearm accessible to a child, referred to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3437 by Martinez Fisher, relating to a decreasing the state sales and use tax rate, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3438 by Guillen, relating to property tax exemption for certain non-profit community business organizations, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3439 by Guillen, relating to the powers and duties of the Office of the Attorney General with respect to certain laws governing the installation and tracking equipment and access to certain communications, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3440 by Olcott, relating to the repeal of the authority to exclude certain students without certain required immunizations from attending public schools in times of emergency or epidemic, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3441 by Luther, relating to the liability of a vaccine manufacturers for advertising a harmful vaccine, for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3442 by Reynolds, relating to approved court-ordered alcohol awareness program, for the Subcommittee on Juvenile Justice. HB 3443 3443 by Reynolds relating to the temperature at which a facility operated by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice is maintained for the Committee on Corrections. HB 3444 by Gerties relating to the appointment of members of the Early Voting Ballot Board for the Committee on Elections. HB 3445 by Darby relating to the access of certificated telecommunication provider to the right-of-way poles at charges of an electric cooperative. Refer to the Subcommittee on Telecommunications and Broadband. HB 3446 by Whole relating to the access of child health records by the child's parent, managing conservator, or guardian. Refer to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3447 by Morales of Harris relating to the minimum wage. Refer to the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3448 by Darby relating to the access of certified telecommunicators to provide to the right-of-way and the poles of an electric cooperative for the Subcommittee on Telecommunications and Broadband. HB 3449 by Canales relating to the reimbursement of expenses to certain counsel appointed to represent a defendant in a criminal proceeding for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3450 by Morales of Harris relating to instruction and the cardiopulmonary resuscitation and the use of automated external defibrillators for school district, private schools, and open enrollment charter school employees and volunteers for the Committee on Public Education. The following resolutions are being referred to the Committee on Local Consent Calendars. The following resolutions by Lalani are being referred to the Committee on Local and Consent Calendars. H.R. 561, H.R. 602, and H.R. 614. H.R. 563 by Hayes. H.R. 564 by Morales of Maverick. H.R. 565 by Tinderholt. H.R. 567 by Holt. And H.R. 568 by Capriglione. The following resolutions by Troxclair are being referred to the Committee on Local and Consent Calendars. H.R. 569, H.R. 570, and H.R. 594, and H.R. 595. H.R. 571 by Lozano, H.R. 572 by Smitty, H.R. 574 by Guillen. The following resolutions by Bella Kaufman are being referred to the Committee on Local and Consent Calendars. H.R. 575 through H.R. 580 and H.R. 589. H.R. 582 by Wharton, H.R. 584 by Jones of Dallas, H.R. 586 by Oliverson, H.R. 587 by Wale, H.R. 588 by Jones of Dallas. The following resolutions by Reynolds are being referred to the Committee on Local Consent Calendars. H.R. 591 through H.R. 593, H.R. 596 by Simmons, H.R. 597 by Garcia of Bear, H.R. 598 by Morales of Harris, H.R. 599 by Villalobos, H.R. 601 by Noble, H.R. 603 by Holt, H.R. 604 by Bojani, H.R. 605 by Lowe, H.R. 606 by Raymond. The following resolutions by Fairley are being referred to the Committee on Local Consent Calendars. H.R. 607 through H.R. 609, H.R. 610 by Zwiener, H.R. 611 by Dyson, H.R. 612 by Lujan, and H.R. 613 by Simmons.
The House will stand at ease until 2 p.m. Monday.